Aisha said this is gonna be a good one.
Hey, come on. I don't know why they mad at me. Is it cause I rock hoodie and jeans? Is it cause I rock these rated tees? Is it cause I do it for my team? Let's F and O. Let's go. F and O. Let's F and O. Let the energy flow. Vibes are high. Let's go. We ready to know. You already know. Let's rock the show. Let's F and O.
Healing. We are back for another episode of Fellas Nite Out. We have a very special episode for you guys tonight. We have part 2 of our men's trauma and the war within, battling ourselves. We have 2, very special guests, doing this thing with me because I am no one without you guys. You know what I'm saying? We got Coach Vic in the building, you know what I'm saying? Back from vacation. And we got my boy Scott Rice, man. Welcome to the show. And how's everybody feeling?
I mean, I feel like I'm David Ruffin. So I went on vacation. I had some things to handle last week.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty dope myself. I feel good. It's a good day.
Definitely so.
Hold on,
Scott,
hold on, because you know how we do this. I really haven't formally introduced myself to Scott. So I'm Coach Vic. You know what I mean? Nice to meet you. It's a pleasure. I look forward to hearing this conversation today.
It's great to meet you as well. Obviously, Scott.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to getting to it.
Hey, for the new viewers out there, my name is not Coach in real life. I am a football coach technically, since I'm pushing this football brand, since it's football season, everything is going to say Coach Vic from now on.
yes, sir. Yeah, this is not football related, but we have our respective teams and stuff like that. But tonight we're tapping in. We're tapping into those topics.
Maybe
Those
I
topics.
should have used my artist handle. Sold out with a U.
Yeah, okay.
I like
So
that.
in fact,
Yeah.
let us know. Let us know about sold out.
That's my rapper name. You know what I mean? That's when I make music sold out. Obviously, I speak to the selling out in the industry. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a good gig.
I like that. I like
You
that.
hold on, you do music, man. How long you been doing music, bro?
Since I met my brother, I want to say 20 since I was 26.
Okay, if you don't mind me asking, how old you now, man?
Poor 42.
Oh, you still young, man. I'll be 38 this August in August, so we still young.
Yeah, you notice the older you get, the younger old looks.
Yes. And you know, I'm actually, I mean, you can't really see it, but all up in here, I got 2 or 3 grays. I'm embracing it. I'm
Me
loving it.
too. Yeah, come on, bring it on.
I really want my grandpa is an old Puerto Rican man with gray chest hair, gray hair, and gray beard. I want the full gray beard. Let me have it. Let me go on and hit and rock with it.
I can see you with that too. That's the crazy part.
I'm gonna be grandpa coach. I'm gonna be grandpa coach whenever.
He said, Grandpa.
Yeah, before we get into the serious topics, I got a funny story. So everybody, all the athletes, all the players I've coached, all the kids that I've came across in my life, they all call me Uncle Vic. You know what I mean? They see me, hey, Uncle Vic. Even like I said, some of my players, a lot of my players, shit, damn near my whole team spends the night at my house. We watch film, we do a whole bunch of stuff. So everybody calls me Uncle Vic. When I'm in the house, I'm Uncle Vic. When I'm on the field, I'm coach. So my son, he is 5 now. He's always heard Uncle Vic. So his teacher says, what's your mom's name? My mom is Jessica. What's your dad's name? Uncle Vic.
Yeah.
That's gonna be an interesting parent teacher conference we gonna have.
Damn, I was gonna say something, but I won't say that.
Hey, that's a different podcast. I know you're
Yeah.
going. It's a different podcast.
Yeah, that's a different podcast for another night.
That might be some little jumping shit.
Yep. Shout to the chat, man. Everybody that showed up. We
Okay.
had Rebel and we had Hawaiian Candy on last week, and we had a lot of good topics to talk about. A lot of, we dug deep into trauma. We got into, I think it was four of the questions, three or four of them. So we will get into them a little bit deeper, it's this time, and try to, and it's for you guys too. Like if you guys feel free to, what I'm saying, share in the chat, we'll share too. We're not going to put you guys out there and then not expose ourselves. Like we will be the crash test dummies, if you will. What I'm saying? We'll put ourselves out there just so, to bring healing to those that need it.
Yes, sir. Oh, and then for the viewers, disclaimer: we say this every podcast. These stories and these answers you hear, it may be about us, it may not. Just take it all in entertainment and good understanding. We just giving y'all knowledge. Like I said, you guys hear me talk shit a lot every week. Half them stories, I'm gonna be honest, don't even be about me, but it's uncles I've seen go through these experiences, fathers, grandfathers. So we just speaking for the typical male, and have been throwing our little spices in there.
Yep. No degree other than the degree in my life. So don't be taking,
Mm-hmm.
this ain't I ain't a doctor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And I'll say that too. Like I just because I've become a little callous to the world a little bit, like things I've seen, things I've been through, or whatever. So I may look at situations that people might think is heartbreaking, and then I might laugh. Not at someone else's heartbreak, but like it's in my life. You know what I mean? So yeah, life has been crazy. So don't take anything that we say as law, but just from perspective of, like, say if you haven't went through a certain situation and you need a little insight of um how it was dealt with, or or really a lot of these situations, it's not saying that these are the right answers of, like, when trauma happens or whatever happens, how you respond at that moment. Not saying that that's right or wrong, it's just how you respond at that moment. But as you grow, later on down the line, because there's situations where I've responded negative in the situation, the young me, the negative me, but later on the mature me would see a different perspective of the situation, and I'm giving whoever I didn't like in the situation, I'm giving them credit, where before I was like, oh, it's their fault, and if they had to blah blah blah. But the mature you will step back and be like, you know what, I could have did this different, and maybe if I did do that different, the result would have came out a little bit different.
Yeah, I think one thing to consider too is that a lot of situations are very like they're individual situations, right? So that means there is no one answer for it. So a lot of times it's whatever you do in that moment, you know what I mean, is the solution you came up with. Might have been good, might have been bad. There, it's just what you do. So like the my stories are what I did and how that unfolded.
I agree. I agree.
I have a bad habit: when cops draw guns and say freeze, I run. It's just I've seen too many people shot by police. You know what I'm saying? That, like, I don't know, just it's in me that I'd rather take my chances on foot. Not saying that I'm doing any thing or anything like that, but I'm saying, you know, my mentality was like, if I, he might shoot, so let me do what I do to get up out of here. But but some people freeze, get down, all that stuff. But
Yeah. I mean, it's not, like I've seen people freeze and then beg for their life. You know what I mean? And maybe that will work, and maybe it won't. But like our chances aren't very good once the guns come out with cops.
Now I got a question for both of you guys. This is an argument that me and my wife had. Now, me being, like I said, I always reference my grandpa as Puerto Rican, and I don't ever reference myself. It's not because I'm afraid of my coach. I mean, ashamed of my culture. I just didn't grow up in Puerto Rico. I know nothing about my culture. I was raised in America. So my grandfather lived on the island of San Juan and all that good stuff. But I say all to say, like, I am a proud Puerto Rican African American citizen. I'm proud Black. Me and my wife get into it. My wife is of the Caucasian descent. She got sold though. She got sold. Don't get it twisted. She got sold. But it's one of them things where I go, hey, as I get older, as I get wiser, as I get into my books, as I get into the world, as I get more into my culture. I'm not talking about just the rap music and the fried chicken and the fun stuff. I get into my culture. If I was walking down the street and I seen a George Floyd situation, I'm dying with him. I'm never letting that shit happen under my presence again.
I heard that.
And she looked at, well, you got a son, you know what I mean? And I understand that part, but my thing as a man was, I'm teaching my son we got to stand on something. You know what I mean? So like, 'cause that's just a little, little small little story. You know what I mean? When it comes to that, like when it comes to the cops, like if I see a I'm going down with it. And I'm not doing it for no likes. I'm not doing it for the recognition. I cannot stand to see my fellow brother. I mean, if for all conversation, I don't give a damn who was out. If it was black, white, green, yellow. If I see person getting wrongfully did wrong, hey, I'm in that thing. But that's just me. You know, that's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not gonna say every situation should be like that because I do believe some people. No, damn, this is gonna sound harsh.
It's getting sticky. It's sticky.
This is gonna start. This is gonna sound kind of harsh, but I'm saying like some people have to get their karma. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't stand in the way of people getting what they deserve. You know what I'm saying? Like I know it sounds harsh, but hear me out. So say if like someone goes okay, we'll just say someone's a terrible person, and like say they're about to go do something to like say someone that's a good person, like if they're up to no good and then you just kind of stand by and let them kind of do it without kind of saying something like, hey, bro's kind of shady, I wouldn't, I'm saying, like, oh well, he seems real nice and all. Yeah, nah, he ain't cool, but like I just feel like
but are we talking like on the lines of like snitching? Like, I mean, because at that point becomes a snitch. So if me and you got issues, right? Me and you mutual friend is Scott.
Yeah.
If Scott know I'm finna go pull up on you and he don't say nothing to you, how do you look at Scott? I'm gonna look at it because if Scott tell you he been a good friend, but I'm gonna say, why you snitch, bro? You gotta go let me handle that.
Y'all hitting a nerve right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a crazy situation because now I have to look at both y'all. Like y'all plotted it. Like
see, it gets wild. That whole scenario get wild.
Yeah, when I say you're hitting a nerve, I am under attack myself by people in my community who, I'm gonna keep this short, but basically a year and a half ago, I bought a dog from somebody for $500. The dog wasn't fixed. The dog didn't have his shots, and you know what I'm saying. And then I was promised half the money back, didn't get it. That being said, I made it public to people. And now that person, a year and a half later, has developed a campaign against me, come up with all these things, did a background check, and is trying. They found a warrant from 17 years ago in Texas. They are trying to get me sent to jail. Like, this is another person of color trying to use my ex to turn me into to jail. Little did they know, Texas ain't coming to get me.
All over a dog.
Yeah, all over people knowing, because they gave me false records for the dog too. So yeah, like I'm like, just so you don't get found out, you want me to go to That's crazy. That's like calling ICE on people. I mean, a little different because I'm not, a little different, but still you're a person of color and you're gonna send me to jail over 17. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like the people like that in your family that would call CPS on you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
like come on, man. Like I mean, I get it. Like if it's crazy something going on, but like if you're just trying to make ends meet and you just struggling, but but you're there for your baby and stuff like that. Like while you judging, help out. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being so quick to.
I know you had a list of questions, but I had a question I want to start with, a serious question I want to start with. Okay. So Scott, the other day, me and Jason was talking. He, this is after you guys, after the first show, and he told me what was going on. We threw a couple ideas back and forth, and the question I told him that I want to ask you and him, we all can answer, individually. What is the hardest pill as a man to swallow? What is the one pride gut check that you just had to accept? And then I'll start. The hardest pill for me to swallow is knowing I can't fix everything. As a man, I feel like I can do it all. Even if I don't know how to do it, I will figure it out. For me to realize I've tried my hardest to do something several times and can't complete it, that hurts me more than anything in the world to know that I wasn't able to complete an assignment that I, started.
Mm. Damn, that's a good one.
I mean, shit. I mean, my son look at me like Superman. So if I can't fix him in front of him, I mean, that's a hard pill to swallow. That I can't be Superman at 24/7.
Yeah. What about you, Scott? I'm still kind of marinating on that one.
The hardest pill for me to swallow. Um, that I guess that you can give somebody like I can give my all, to somebody, protect them, love them, um, and it may not it may not even fucking excuse my language. It may not matter at all. You know what I mean? Like it won't. It don't matter. They could turn around, trash me, do all these things. You know what I mean? That's a real hard pill to swallow for me. Like you can love somebody with everything you have, and they will still turn around and just sell you out. That's hard.
Wow, that's deep. That's deep. I salute that. That hit me a little bit. I know exactly where you're coming from on that.
Yeah. I mean, for me, just personally, I know a lot of people are probably going to feel this one, but that I can't get the years back that I wasted.
Hey, talk about it. We on to
Yeah.
something now. We on
Yeah.
to something now.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody can relate to that, but
Mhm.
I spent some years, trying to prove to people that I knew what the hell I was doing and that I didn't need to hear anything from anybody, that I had it figured out, and I did it my way. You know what I'm saying? And no regrets except for the regret that I wasted so much damn time that by the time my common sense and everything kicked in, I had already wasted a good amount of years. That was the hardest part of like turning my life around, right? Was basically I was headed in the right direction, but there was many mornings, early mornings and late nights that kept me up thinking of, damn, what if this or what if that, or I could have did this and could have been that and everything. So it's tough, but you have to be grateful for it. Could be worse. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm lucky to be here. I'm lucky to be alive for one. I'm lucky to be free for one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm lucky to be here and very grateful to be here. So I, because there was one time, excuse me, I was talking. No, I'm not gonna say I was talking. I was complaining. I was complaining about this, and I should have this, and this is, at this age I should be doing this, and blah blah blah. And it was like God spoke to me and said, you're lucky you're free. You know what I'm saying? Because like there was a period of time, like I said, when I lost my mom, that I went on a spiral, and what I'm saying, like it was a blur. You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of things that that God protected me from and kept me safe from, because He knows deep down I was a good person. It just got hit with a lot of bad situations, and we adapt. We adapt to our surroundings. But yeah, that
Hey,
being
shout out to
said,
the chat. Shout out to the chat because the chat is popping up right now.
yes,
That was
sir.
a great question.
Yeah.
Let's get into them questions you got, man. Because like I said, my bad. Hey, my bad. I missed last week. I was on my David
Yeah.
Ruffin thing, but
$5 fine. $5 fine. All right. So we got this one. We got, what's the one moment from your past you still haven't healed from, and why? We starting hot.
Mm.
Now I know. See, I'm gonna break this way you guys are thinking. So this is one of those questions that for guys, we bury certain things, situations. So kind of like they don't happen. You know what I'm saying? We kind of
simple.
blackout kind of period, like where you it happened, but it didn't. You know what I'm saying?
So
But
I think for me would be I haven't hit for my dad's death, and for a number of reasons. My dad was the best person ever in the world to me. At the same time, he was the worst person ever in the world to me. As a kid, I will 100% say, and Jason can co-sign anything musically I done. He was there. He put up our first music video shoot, any show, any football game, any basketball game, any track meet, anything that I put my mind to, he was there. I've never not known my dad to be around. Also, my dad lived a life of sin outside the home. And as I got older into my high school years, I started to realize that some of the things that went on with him and my mom. Keep in mind, I do know it's two sides to every story. You know, I'm not one of them parents that just listen to their mom and bad mouth their daddy. I went and had a conversation with my dad. We lost time from age of 18 to 22. We lost time. It wasn't that I was mad at him. He wasn't mad at me. It was just I got into, I'm a young boy smelling myself and thinking we had it popping. We was on a musical journey. But as soon as we got back, as we got cool, he passed away. As soon as we got back cool, the year we got back cool, Christmas, New Year's Eve, December 31st, he passed away. The reason why I say I haven't healed from that is because I never mourned it. I'm the oldest out of five. I went into daddy mode. When he left, I became dad. I am now. My dad passed away when I was. I think, like I said, don't quote me on the year. I think I was 24. I am now 38. I still haven't once thought about it. So I haven't healed. I haven't mourned it. I haven't really cried. I haven't really did anything because when he passed away, my job was when Mufasa passes away, I have to be Simba. I have to be king. I have to make sure my brothers are straight. My mom and him had divorced by then. My mom had remarried, so she didn't need my help. My brothers did. So I still haven't sat down and processed it. I know he's not here. I look at his pictures and things like that, but I haven't healed because I haven't processed it, and I think I refuse to at this point.
Hmm.
My bad to get too deep. I got deep. My bad. My bad. So,
No,
No,
that
no.
that was great. That's hard. I've experienced losing my I was adopted, so I lost my adopted parents. That was hard. But my situation that I haven't healed from comes from when I was just out of school. So I went to school in Fort Worth, Texas, and for some reason it was a pretty affluent school, right? Like a bunch of like wealthy or rich kids that had that had a lot but then nothing good to do, so they formed like cliques, right? Stupid like almost gangs, but they just weren't like hard, they weren't that hard, but I came back, I went away after high school, and I came back one summer, and it was a big group of us getting drunk, chilling, hanging out, and it was late at night, and I didn't know what was going on, but there was a car coming down the street, and all my friends were like out in the street, like drunk and doing all these things, and I didn't know what was happening, right? I didn't understand, but the car at the end of the street was stopped in the middle, and from what I understood, that there was beef with these people, right? And they come down the street and they blocked the road from them getting by, and then they pulled him out of the car. I never seen anything. Three kids they pull out of the car, and they just start whooping their ass, and like that part, like I wasn't even that phased by, because that happened all the time, but it just got worse and worse, and then a bat came out, and I watched as the kid got his head busted open, and I did nothing for any of this because I froze. I didn't know what to do. And when that happened, that everybody ran, and I ran, and like I could tell you that I have not to this day gotten that image out of my head. I haven't. That was one of the hardest things, and I've seen a lot. That was one of the hardest things I've seen, because I'm pretty sure those kids didn't do shit. And two of them are in the hospital, and one of them lost their life.
now I want to speak to you directly, Scott. When I say, what I mean, don't beat yourself up about it, man. You could have been in the hospital or not here. What God had put you in that at that moment in life was where you should have been. What I mean? Like I said, I'm not you. Like, no disrespect to your situation. I just don't want you to beat yourself up about it, because you're in a situation now where you're breathing. You can tell that story, and you can educate from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Like, yeah, I would actually second that. I mean, because things happen the way they're supposed to happen. Dang, it's funny because you talked about, you lost your adopted parents too, and that's kind of what that was a big hit for me. I've lost a son when I was 15. Like, those are like these are like the biggest things that kind of change because for the most part I could take a lot of stuff with in stride, but the ones that hit me the most were, like I said, my losing a son at 15 years old, and then losing my adopted mother. From there, it was kind of like, and I'll combine this too, not knowing my real father too, because
Yeah.
that when you say you still haven't healed from, that's something that, like, it's there's no answer. There's no answer for, from what I hear, either dead or in jail, whatever. So it's something I've always, especially when I found out I was adopted. That was kind of one of the hardest things. I found out I was adopted, and it kind of it blew my mind because it what you think is normal, right? You think this is my family, this is, all this kind of stuff, and then it's like, wait, so if you're not my folks, then who is? And then what did I do to not be with them? Was I, a bad kid? All this stuff goes through your mind. Like, was I a bad kid? Was I an ugly baby? You know what I'm saying? Like all like all the stuff. So, it was just one of those things where it just changed. I didn't trust people after that. That's kind of where the where my barriers to the world kind of started, because I felt like I was lied to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. And I guess being a kid, you kind of take that personal, but I mean, it does start at home. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you were lied to. I don't even know you people. You know what I'm saying? Like this, you go from thinking everything is okay, that this is my blood family, to none of these people are my blood family. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's crazy. That was one thing that, I don't think I've ever healed from.
That's deep. And you know what? Like I feel like a shitty friend because what we've been friends for almost 15 years. I never knew you didn't know your real dad. But we
Yeah.
never had that conversation. We've talked about your real mom. Of course, I know your adopted parents, but you know what I mean. Like we never talked about your real dad. So that's deep. That's something that I learned today.
So, Jason, not to like one up or anything like that. I do know the experience of finding out you're adopted. My parents actually, they told me at the age of 5, but they didn't have to tell me because they were white. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was white where I grew up,
Yeah.
and the trauma that I had though, I could say I still haven't healed from this too. I'm writing a book right now about it, called "They Never Told Me I Was Black." Because until I was 26, my parents, well, they died when I was younger, but they would have had me believing that I was Native American so that I would not know that I was a black child. Like everybody in my family said I was Native American. They knew I was black and white. They knew, but they told me because they didn't want me to live that life. Like,
I was
you,
getting said. Did you feel that they were trying now as an adult? Do you think their mind at that time? And I know you don't know what they were thinking. They were trying to spare you from the things that we have to go through.
probably trying to spare me from the things we have to go through, but at the same time, all I can do is think their view was black people, like, it was their view of what it means to be black. Like, it's all bad. You know what I mean? It's all bad. I feel like what they should have done was either not adopt a black child or talk to somebody that could tell them how to prepare me to be a black child. Because I grew up black anyway. People still treated me the same way, and I just didn't know it then. I was
Mhm.
like, what? Why are they looking at me? I ain't even black, And yeah. And by the way, I grew up with parents that said the N word, and or my mom would say things like, "She's so pretty for a black girl." I knew that wasn't right at
Mhm.
5 years old, but I didn't know why.
Damn.
That definitely one upped me for sure.
Damn.
Neither one of them. It's not a competition.
No, I was gonna
I
say
love
that
it.
was. I mean, no, because like everybody has their individual challenges, and like, I had mine, but then like, damn, I was like, damn, try to put myself in that position too. That would, that's a challenge too. So,
Now, when you said the N word, did you say like, well, you mean like the ER or just the N word in general?
Like my little brother likes to call it the hard R.
damn,
My dad, when he would work on the car, he would always use the N word, or they would say, I'm not gonna say it anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, they use the hard R, and then yeah, and then when I realized, I kind of got a glimpse that I was black when I was like 14 or 15. I was not allowed to date black girls, by the way. I was not. So everyone I dated was black, and then I started using the N word with the A at the end, but like all the time, and nobody liked it. But you know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm gonna be the most ratchet, and they didn't like it. But whatever. You know what I mean? You didn't want to tell me. I figured it out.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
do YouTube flag you for saying the N word?
yeah, I would say so. You probably
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out in my head that I say it anytime during this conversation. Because on the phone, on the phone, me and him go back and forth all day.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I don't know if I said it today.
Yeah, no, we grooving because YouTube gonna do what they're gonna do, but we trying to we're doing a good thing. We're trying to deliver a good message, positive message, and hey, we're gonna drop some bombs. You know what I'm saying, here and there. So
I appreciate this
Great.
conversation from y'all too, man. It's always like this is a great barbershop conversation where we can just sit there and get it off our chest without being judged.
I see in the chat somebody says Hispanics get some looks down to. Shout out, right? Especially to any of my Mexican friends. Y'all, I say y'all are right there up, on the totem pole. Black people, for some reason, we can't seem to rise from the bottom, but y'all right there behind us, and we feel your pain too. I say that's
Hey,
my
we support y'all too. We support
Yeah.
y'all. Everything is going on. I don't want to get too political on this
Yeah.
podcast, but we support y'all. We stand with y'all.
Yep.
the black and brown connection, man.
Yep.
What's the next question? I like this.
Oh yeah, we rolling. All right, let me see. So we have. Do you feel like you've ever truly forgiven yourself for your worst mistake?
Oh no.
And I was gonna say you don't have to say, this one you won't have to say what it is if you choose not to, but if you want to, you definitely can.
Absolutely not. Short answer.
Nice.
No, and I'm gonna say, I can admit as a man, right? My father passed away. I went to therapy. I haven't went in years, but I think I still need therapy because I can say I've got to a point in my life, and I know they won't flag me on YouTube when I say this. I got to a point in my brain that says I don't give a fuck, and it's more of a defense mechanism for me to overthink what's went wrong. So if you don't acknowledge it, no, I don't know. See no evil, speak no out of mind, out of sight. I put up a wall in my head that said I don't give a fuck. So yeah, I might be nonchalant. I might sound like I'm cocky about it, but I had to be that to suppress the hurt.
I could just say I said no, but without telling you anything about what it was, I have not forgiven myself, and I dedicate like my whole entire life to community work, fundraising work, anything that supports the lives that are still here. Based on what happened with me, I will spend the rest of my life doing that. I'm lucky to be here.
Hey man, I salute you for that, my brother. Hey, and where you at? You in the Bay?
Yeah, SF, yeah.
Okay. So I mean, I'm extending my hand. I do plan on going up there and visiting my Jason. Whenever if I'm up there, you got some community work, man. Hey, count me in. I'm there to help. I'm there to help, man.
That's what's up.
Here, do you think most men suffer in silence because they fear being seen as broken?
Yep. And this is where it starts getting spicy. A lot of this is women's fault. Now, before the women jump down my neck, let me tell you why.
Oh, I want to hear why you say this.
In a relationship, and I'm only going to speak for myself. I can't speak for my other two brothers here on the pod, but for myself. What I've seen, not just from my relationship, from plenty of other relationships that I've studied and learned from, good and bad, ugly. Um, you suffer in silence because you're not allowed to be soft in the house. The for us males, the hardest part is to open up with fear that whatever we open up about will be thrown in our face in an argument. whatever our deepest, darkest secrets, you can sit there and pillow talk and talk with your girl. As soon as you open up that wound, it's going to be thrown in your face, again. And I'm not, that's not every relationship. I'm not saying all women do that, but the ones I've seen in my life, that's what it's come from. So for me, I suffer in silence. I'd rather not speak on my pain because I do know it could potentially be used. Or women want it's like a weird balance. Women don't want you to be too hard because then you're too aggressive. Then you run everything, but they don't want a soft dude because they don't want no soft ass person. So for me at least, I look at it. It's hard for us. We have to suffer in silence. Who else can we talk to besides each other?
Okay,
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel that. Let me counter you, and I'm not speaking on behalf of women
No, no,
because
I hear
I
you.
wouldn't do that. I want to say that I feel like it's our own fault from like day one, right? And the reason I say that is because we have experiences even back as Romans, Greeks, football teams. Anytime men get together with men in groups, we let down our guard. We are vulnerable together. We don't often get emotional, maybe, but we can be what we need to be around other men. And we don't want women to see that because, like you said, they will see it as soft or whatever. But the thing is we have got to get over, like, men for so many years have like really kept ourselves so small because of what we perceive emotions and vulnerability to be. And I don't know why, because women have figured out very early on that vulnerability and emotion, controlled emotions makes you very strong and makes you very smart and makes you like very powerful if you learn, what to do with them. And I feel like if men would just let go and figure out how our emotions could best serve us, not running around being captive to them, but like how our vulnerabilities can best serve us, and then we teach that to our sons, you know what I mean? Like, not to hide this shit, but to use it. Uh, and then women wouldn't have a choice but to find it sexy. You know what I mean? Like, they wouldn't
Mm,
have a choice but to find it sexy. And I don't mean this as disrespect, women, but you can't tell us. I mean, we kind of say what is, and you know what I mean. So if we say this is who we are vulnerable, we are powerful, we are emotional when we need to be. When not just when nobody's looking, it would change the game, I think.
Do you guys think who's the biggest molder, the male or the female in the relationship? Like as far as trying to mold the person into the image that they want.
I'm gonna treat this like a debate, right?
Mhm.
And I'm gonna let Scott go first because that rebuttal. Hey, I salute you for that rebuttal. I get 100% where you coming from.
Thank you. Okay, so who's the biggest molder in the relationship? Well, I don't think that it's every relationship is different, and I think what it is just who has the biggest who has the biggest chip on the shoulder or something to prove, right? Like, um, I found myself in relationships where I really need you to be what I need you to be. And like, I had to back off that, right? Because I realized that's just control. It's just, I'm trying to make somebody. If I want somebody like that, I need to go out and find somebody like that, not find somebody that isn't like that and turn them into that. That's not going to work. But I don't know. I can't imagine trying to be with somebody who wants to mold me. That is never going to work. So I think in my relationships, I might be the biggest molder, probably.
I'm gonna say yeah, especially the ones I've seen in my life, and I'm agree with you. The ones I've always seen the man run the show, and it wasn't a sexist thing, it wasn't a disrespect thing. It was more of now we look at jobs per se, and once again, women, as you're listening and watching this, first of all, it's no disrespect. I'm just giving scenarios and examples. So if it's jobs in the house that we've been culturally raised on, whatever, the man go hunt, the man go fight the wars, the man goes and gets the break, go get the money, buy the houses, get these kids school clothes. If I've seen this all my life, I can only imagine that the man is molding because he has the create the plan. The women execute the plan. Let's get this right. The women execute it. Um, you may say, "Hey, baby, I got $10,000. I'm gonna pay the bills." But your wife is gonna go budget, let you know what's going to groceries, so they execute these plans.
Amen.
This is for me, it's a 50-50 thing. The men are there to be the muscle, the women are there to be the brains. And it all works together for one big robot body part to keep it moving. So I'm gonna say 50-50. I've always taught, especially when it comes to friends and relationships, friends and women, you don't make friends, you create friends. You create the perfect relationship, you create the perfect team. So for me, it's more like it has to be 50-50. We got to mold each other because there's some things that I don't know that she may know. There's things that she may not know that I know. So it's a 50-50 thing for me.
I agree with that.
Like I totally agree with that, but I do want to add it is interesting because I see that things are slowly changing. The world is looking different. We fight next to women in wars, and like so it is interesting to see where it's going to go in the future. Because that's what we're preaching is like women can be anything they want to be now, and I'm all for it. I just know that what won't ever change is me being able to handle $10,000 ever. I need somebody to take it because I'm stupid with
Yeah,
money. So
yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Welcome, Mr. Beneficial, to the
What's going
board.
on, sir? How you doing?
How you
Doing
doing? How you
well.
doing, folks?
Righteous, right. Salute, salute. Man, how y'all doing?
Real
Man,
good.
hey, we have some good conversation. Hey, you want to give him that last question? Let him hop in with that last question.
In fact, do you let me see.
The mode question.
Oh, who's the biggest molder in the relationship? Females or males? As far as trying to mold them into something that they want them to be. They say, why are you trying to make me into something I'm not? Who's the biggest molder?
Oh, that's a good one. Molder. Well, I mean, based on you trying to let somebody mold themselves, you just got to give them the right guidance. You get what I'm saying? Now, I know one thing with me in my relationship type thing is I come from a era in which, some of my friends are squares and some of them not. So off top, we're going to have a whole different kind of conversation. You get what I'm saying? Like you're going to be around people and you just can't be all up in their face. You can't just, the conversation is going to be different. You get what I'm saying? Respectfully. Like if you want to be with me, that's the rules off top due to the fact of, you know what I'm saying, that we're not going to have that conversation with you all in this face for, or, you know what I mean? Like what you doing something, that's going to be the end of the relationship. If you all his look or something like that, that's how you lose. You get what I'm saying? At least like in real relationships, because you might be around stars. I got, some of my folks is actually rappers and all kind of other stuff. If you're looking at the Chinese stuff and all kind of other stuff, obviously, pay attention. So if you got some kind of relationships with them kind of women and things like that, then you got to at least get that out the way first. You know what I'm saying? And that's just to be in a regular relationship, at least along the line. You get what I'm saying? And then when it comes to how it's going to mold things, is how to compliment what it is that you're doing. You get what I'm saying? Like and from there, that's the mold itself. You're gonna mold that. Yeah, I'm something out here. So it's like, you're gonna have to accommodate that type of situation with somebody like me. You know what I mean? Like, you be yourself, but you have to compliment that.
Yeah, you're doing a robot.
I'm about to say, was that me? I'm sitting there like not want to interrupt the answer, and I'm like, is that my computer messing up?
He was doing the robot right there.
Yep.
But
No,
very good. He was definitely making some good points.
So so if we're gonna go on with, if I'm taking off of what he said, I have to say men are the natural motors, because we have to navigate when we go outside. You know what I mean? We have to navigate. I was just telling them, if we're going off of the answer you had, I would have to say man are motors, because we have to navigate when our women goes outside. For example, like you just said, we can be before you got on, I was letting them know my wife is a Caucasian. She's a white girl. When I'm out with the homies and she with me, I gotta tell her the do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
Don't be asking these random ass gangster questions. You want to know those answers.
Right.
When I gotta go to the Christmas work party, I got a motor. Hey, don't talk to this person. You know what I mean? So I think now from your answer, I would just say to the most part, men are probably the motors.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
You don't know. I don't
you
think you
have to
ever
be
hear
in
the
those
vice
kind of
versa.
environments.
No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah. See, you got
Yeah, I'm a streamer.
my bad.
Right.
You're cutting out a little bit. But that you guys actually brought up a good point though, because so I was thinking, so it's hard in this time of this time because it used to be back in the 50s and 40s and all that, it used to be the guy was the bread earner, the worker, the lady was the housewife, keep it, watching taking care of the kids and keeping the home up, and now we can't talk like that. That's
Gee,
offensive.
nowadays, these
It's
women don't even
offensive to
put
me.
it nuts.
Yeah, so and that's the thing. Like, you can't put a role on people nowadays because people feel like, okay, oh well, you're putting me in a box, and you did, misogynist, and all the stuff. But I just I feel like someone has to be a leader. I mean, yes, you're going to work together, but at some point, someone's breaking into the house. Who we looking at? Am I looking at wifey like, hey, baby,
Go ahead of that. You gonna
man?
go ahead?
I don't care how things change. I see one dude do that, and you done.
You
You
feel me?
done, man. You
Like, I
saying
don't.
that?
Hey,
Mm-mm.
remember Friday after next when Craig on there, Daddy, we get robbed.
Shit. Hey, but that's the thing. Like, would you? And I ask people that they say it's fair and all this stuff, but when I bring that situation up, they're like, oh yeah. Because I'm like, would you kick it with me? After that in that situation, it's like, no, hell no. I'm like, okay, well, why not? Oh, because I'm a guy. Oh, because I'm a guy. Oh, because I'm supposed to be. It's like when the protecting is needed, that's when we're summoned, or when we're needed, pretty much.
I got two quick points to make on that.
Mm.
The first point is, if that happens, I ain't gonna lie, I would want to send. In my head, I will go check that out, please. But I ain't gonna do it. And then, unless you want the relationship to end, then you do it because it's gonna end after that. So, like, if you don't, it ain't going well. Go ahead, send your girl after whoever breaking in the house.
But I don't get how someone can even, like, how that's even an option.
No,
I don't
it's
even
not.
if only if I don't like my girlfriend. That's the only reason that I would send her to go to the doors, because by the
Listen,
time they knock her down, then I have enough time to get up out of there.
hey,
What I'm saying? That's the only logically. That's the only thing that makes sense.
sending your girl to go figure out if somebody robbing your house is just as bad as getting beat up in front of her.
Oh,
Hey,
Ooh,
look, once you didn't get punched over
ooh.
in front of your woman, you can't never win an argument at the house because she's gonna say you didn't do it to old boy.
yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
that you weren't doing that then.
yep.
Oh, that's
Relationship over.
ooh, that's a
That's
good
your
Oh
one.
ex.
God.
That's your ex.
Oh
She
shit.
gonna be playing you from then
Now,
on.
Yeah,
now I
with
got a
him.
quote. I got a quote for you. I got a quote for the room, and I just want to hear y'all answers on it because I know, and this is one thing I like about you, Scott. You give me a little bit of history in today's. You know, what I mean, you let me know what it is. So here's a question. I mean, here's a statement. I heard Chris Rock say, Chris Rock before the slap, just to get clear. Chris Rock said, "Women are loved unconditionally. Men are only loved under the conditions of what they can provide." And his theory was, for a woman, I gotta love you if you're big. I gotta love you if you're small. I gotta love you if you come in with 5 kids. I gotta love you if you was previously a hoe. I mean, these are all our choices as men to make. You know what I mean? We have to love you. But if the main conditions are, I don't care how long you've been with an old girl, let you lose that job, it becomes a different issue. The unconditional love, don't keep the lights on. You know what I
Right.
mean? When something go wrong in your life, you go to jail. The unconditional, we're only loved by what we can provide and what we can keep going. And like I said, this is a statement Chris Rock made. I just want to hear y'all opinion on it.
Hmm. Let me think about that.
Well, I know love is an action word. So the same thing go both ways. You get what I'm saying? Because some people, once they get in the passenger seat, they think that that seat is theirs for the taking. You know what I mean? And they ain't got to do the same things that they did in order to get in that position. And there's other people that's pushing for that position. I mean, out here it's a competition in the Bay Area. I got my folks in Philly, and shout out to those folks, and my folks in Buffalo and other places. I talk to them, and it's a little bit different. You know what I mean? 120,000, income, that's low income. You know what I mean? Your kids get free lunch, low income. You get what I'm saying? People in relationships where they gotta, they getting a divorce, still having to sleep in the same bed.
Can I give you a quick example though? I mean, and I'm not to cut you off. I don't want to cut you off. I use this scenario of like, this is what I'm thinking, Chris. I'm looking at like, I have to, if I want to be with this, and keep in mind, everything is a choice, ladies. Everything is a choice.
Mm-hmm.
If I like you and you got 5 kids, you have no job, I like you. I'm gonna rock with you. Let it be the opposite. You'll do with 5 kids and no job. She looking for like it's conditioned. Now it's conditions to this. Because you came in the same bag I came in, but it's conditions now.
Ooh, that's if you got that kind of girl. Something like that. You know what I mean? Because like I didn't been in positions where my girl had to be the breadwinner while I was, researching and doing, my studies and going to school, doing the full-time thing. Mm-hmm. So, we didn't have to flip-flop positions, but then again, that's took years. You get what I'm saying? Some people not in that position, and some people ain't that test. Like how they say it's a test in order to be in that relationship. You get what I'm saying? Like your friends. Some people you've known for super years, and some people just a couple of months, and y'all didn't already been through most stuff that you didn't been through with some of your big friends. You get what I'm saying? So along them lines, if the woman is there, sometimes me, all the time you know what I mean? Fair exchange ain't no robbery. Looking for even exchange is where the problem is. You get what I'm saying? If somebody trying to keep score.
Yeah, I agree, and I think in these kind of situations, I think you got to do look at things with a little more than love. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you a man and you trying to get with this girl who has 5 kids, she got no job. If you ain't able to support that completely, then don't even do it. You know what I mean? It don't matter if you love her today. You ain't gonna love her, next week when y'all broke and she the reason. You know what I mean? So, and you will tell her she the reason. So, I think that people just need to really consider a little bit more than love when it comes to relationships. I love, but just from my own experience, love gets you so far. You gotta bring in some intellect, some real rational thinking when it comes. Can we do this relationship 10 years from now? Because if you starting out with struggle, it might not be a good thing. So I'm not saying the people that have 5 kids and no job don't need love, don't need relationship. Right. You might need to find somebody who got the money to do it.
No, that's right.
You gotta get your priorities in order. Obviously you're not good at commitment. You know what I mean? Like you got to start somewhere, and start over. Get with yourself because you got to be able to supply. You got to be able to supply yourself. If you got 5 kids, you got to be able to be self-sufficient before you going off getting into another situation.
That's what I was gonna say. Also, don't be going into no relationship when you ain't got no job and you got 5 kids. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't love yourself.
That's when they be thinking with the second soldier though. Because there's a reason she got them 5 kids. You know what I'm saying? So like there's certain temptations, and we, a lot of guys just like want to go covert ops, just get in, get out, in and out like SWAT, and hope that they're not number 6. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like so, but it's one of those things that we not all. That's the thing. Everyone here is different. Like what I say is going to be different from what.
Oh, no, you ain't not on the pod.
Yeah,
not on the pod.
It's been a long day, but I'm here.
That's how you know he old. He started yawning at.
Hey, I wanna say something. I I have done some research in my life, right?
Mhm.
And I have seen. It's not easy to do this, but I think that dudes, if we were a little more, not maybe not always honest, but if we know what we want from somebody, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
If we see this girl, we know she fine, and we know she ain't somebody we want to carry on with much further. There's a way that you can just lay that on the table and not like the problem I think we have, and the problem we get those crazy relationships and situations is when we are trying to make somebody think we really want to be with them. You know what I'm saying? Don't blow somebody up and make them think that, oh yeah, I want to wife you, you know what I'm saying? When really all you want to do is go home that night and hit it. I'm not saying you got to say, hey, look, girl, I just want to hit it and I'm out. But like, man, don't be putting more on the table than, and I think we do a much we'd have life a lot easier than having like running from these girls who like you told me. Nah, I'm just saying we might want to try something different. I've seen it happen. I've seen it work in my life, and that's my suggestion for men today.
Yeah.
Vic knows this too. Like we talked about this too. Like it's not us that made it bad. It's that POS that you're talking about that made it bad. The one that was like, "Oh baby, this," and "Oh baby, I love, yeah, I love you, girl." Hell yeah, and
So,
all that,
so
and then had no intention of, what I'm saying. So here comes us, the good, good dude, just really good intentions. Oh, that's what the last one said. He wasn't going nowhere. You like, wait, what you talking about? I just got here. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
so are you talking about being honest from the jump? Like I met her at the
yeah.
mall, or wherever I met her. Hey, man, I want to take y'all on a date. Y'all going on a date, right? Y'all on a date. At that moment, hey, I'm letting you know right now, we just dating. I got a couple other little shorties that I've talked. Are we just throwing it all on the table with that first date and seeing where it's going? Or are we trying to go for the grand prize though?
I say when she starts getting too serious, that's what I'm saying. Like, hey, just to let you know, I just got out of a long relationship, or I'm not. I don't know if I'm ready for anything really deep or nothing like that. But we
But
can
see,
have we can
that's why
have.
that's why I posed that question, because if I'm on a
Mhm,
date with Shorty, right, and I
mhm.
think she look good, I'm trying to get the work off for the night, right? I get a text by another little work, my plan B. She go, who is that? I can still, hey, that's my other little work. No, I'm still trying to hit this at the end of the night. So how honest are we being?
I don't think anything
Wrong with that? Like, you know what I'm saying? But you may not want to say like, yo, I got another one. You know what I'm saying? If this don't go down tonight, I'm gonna go over there.
No,
You know what I mean?
but that's what I'm saying. How honest are we being? Are we telling little white lies?
No, I
My
mean we
suggestion is just find
No,
a little
none.
more honesty in any situation. I think we could be just a little more honest. It might make things easier. I'm not saying be totally honest because they can't handle it. You know what I mean? But try a little more honesty and just see how it works. If it don't work, then go back to doing
Yeah,
what you do.
no, no.
100%. I agree.
Can I
Uh-huh.
just ask you, why can't they handle it?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because you would think that full honesty is what anybody would respect and need. For us, that's what we respect. We respect honesty. We might not like it, but if it's honesty, hey, we can take that. We can accept that.
I'm gonna give you the real answer to that, and then you guys are gonna turn on me in a second. The reason we can't you said they can't handle it. They can handle it. Is we can't handle them handling it. We're finna lay out all our plans so that they can make the decision. Like, I don't want you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want none of that. If we were completely honest with women about what we want and our intentions, they would have the power. They wouldn't even want nothing to do with us. You know what I'm saying? So we can't be completely honest because we can't handle them handling. That's what I think. My opinion.
I agree with you in the same aspect as it's a how we upbringing, right? We're going to talk about upbringing. We tell little white lies to our mom and dad. Why? Because you don't want to get the punishment of it. It's not that they can't handle it. Like you said, we don't want to handle it. Because I can be honest with Jason all day. We didn't talk about the most grimiest, foul things. We ain't never really had an argument, but we can come at each other as men. Two things gonna happen. We're gonna fight or we're gonna shake hands. As women, we don't want to hear the reaction. Like now, like I said, even with the whole conversation, me saying, "Oh, I got another shorty." Do I really want to say that in real life?
Nope.
Like,
She gonna say, "I got two myself."
That part.
But and just my situation, just keeping it all the way 100. Like, if you meet somebody, I mean, it's like, um, and basically, I mean, not to, or how would you put it? Like, when you talk to somebody, you obviously know that they got a pleasure partner. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether they tell you or not, you know what I'm saying? They fucking somebody. You know what I'm saying? And to keep it fair, that's why I said a pleasure partner instead of a boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't judge, whatever. You get what I'm saying? But the whole thing is this. Now, whether they tell you not or whatever, but keeping it all the way truthful, because the thing is, like, if you telling truth, then the relationship part, she gonna want to choose and fuck with you. You get what I'm saying? Like, it ain't got nothing to do with all the rest of the stuff. You know what I mean? The whole what we gonna do later. You know what I mean? People fall in love with falling in love. You get what I'm saying? Like, and you know what I mean? If you told them you was in love with their personality, you'd be lying. You know what I'm saying? I like that. You get what I'm saying? And the whole rest of that come along with that. If you're gonna fuck me later, fuck me now. Excuse me. You're gonna mess with me later and mess with
no,
me
you
now.
good.
You get what I'm saying? Because basically, let's see if we're compatible on that level. Because truthfully, some people are a little more aggressive than the regular, you know what I mean? We're going to be courting each other or dating type thing. You know what I'm saying? I like you. You know what I mean? Let's start this off. We ain't got time. I got something else to do too. You know what I mean? Is there somebody else? If you didn't, you think I either had a disease or I ain't got no game.
Now,
Both of those are lies.
now
You
do
get
you
what I'm
believe?
saying? Like,
Now, do you believe sometime as men we tell a little white lie, a small little white lie to spare feelings?
other people do. I could say that. I can't say now. How about let me separate the things. I got this level thing that I do. We got boys, we got males, we got boys, and then we got men. Men are never in the same conversation with anything that's negative. You get what I'm saying? We could talk about boys and we can talk about males. You get what I'm saying? Same thing with women. I can't say nothing negative with a woman in a conversation. We could talk about these girls that haven't yet evolved. You get what I'm saying? So when you say men,
And see, I only brought that up because I thought of something funny in my head. I'm
yeah,
watching
go ahead.
BT. I'm watching Baby Boy.
Okay.
Jody says, "I lie to you because I care about your feelings. I don't give a fuck about them other women."
Oh,
Now, uh, shit, I'm truthful with wife and relationships I done been in. You know what I mean? I've actually grown up a little different, so I experienced some things. You know what I mean? Like far as services and all kind. You know what I mean? So I've evolved in those type of things. So telling a lie to a woman, if you tell one lie, it's gonna be worse. You get what I'm saying? Telling the truth has been the best thing ever. You get what I'm
yeah.
saying? And that's solid. If you fake lie, even if you got a girl and you telling the girl that you ain't got a girl, but she listening to you talk to that, how's she gonna take you serious about with her if you doing the same thing with this girl? You get what I'm saying? If you cheating behind this girl back to try to be with this one, then how's she gonna take you serious? You get what I'm saying? So if you truthful about everything from the rip, then you don't have those problems. That's
Okay.
people's problem.
Coming from a psychology standpoint,
Yeah.
I don't think many people have ever lied to not hurt someone. They have lied to not deal with themselves with that person being hurt. We don't like, you know what I mean? It's you don't want to deal with how they will react to it. Not they can't handle like what I feel like truth is at the end of the day it's all truth for me.
Yeah.
But I do know that people do it and they think that's what they're doing. Or at
Yeah.
least that's my belief. Yeah.
And some people can't stomach it. I know people that are in relationships that if they found out what their girl was doing, or if they, you know what I mean, the roles were reversed, they'd be sick. You get what I'm saying? People function different.
Yeah.
You
Now,
get what I'm
Like,
saying? Like
A mi-
yeah. Go ahead.
they may not tell you the truth. You know what I mean? Like just how somebody may say, "Oh, that girl don't be doing that." Maybe not to you. You get what I'm saying? That kind of situation. So you
And,
know
and
that.
like,
Men ain't telling their women that they don't look fat in something, not because they are trying to save their feelings. It's because they don't want to deal with what will happen when they tell their girl, you do look fat in that outfit. You know what I'm saying? That's about me more than it is about them.
But if you don't tell her, then she gonna, you know what I mean? After a while, that moo is gonna look fat. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to start somewhere. If you don't tell her the truth, then the first person that does tell her the truth is gonna be God. How about
yeah.
that? That's how
listen,
life goes. You know what I mean? Just like your kids. Your kids, if they only know things that you tell them, and until somebody else gives them that extra stuff, that's who God is. You get what I'm saying? Like, so if if you lying to your woman, and you know what I'm saying, and then she find out the truth somewhere else, that's where she going. regardless how long y'all been together. And some people do the fat thing just because they're insecure. You get what I'm saying? Like they'll do the or not saying stuff. They maybe insecure with themselves. You got to tell the truth till you die. You know? Even if it hurts your own feelings.
Let me find out you lied to me out in public. You know what I'm saying? What tells me the truth? Oh, it's done. I'm blowing this whole place. I'll start a fire so quick. Mm-mm.
Like
you
the people
do this ahead of time.
like the people that talk to you for 10 minutes and you got a booger in your nose, and then some stranger walks up to you like, "Hey, bro, you got a little something." You like, you like, bro, was looking me dead in my face for 10 minutes.
It be your own. It be your homies and shit.
Right.
Letting you talk.
Right.
Be your own, sitting there cracking jokes on the side. You know, Jason booger.
Was it from the book of E40?
Look, I'll throw that out there because I'm a married man. I could talk about my past, but I could talk about me being married for like 7 years. You get what I'm saying? Like, no, 8. You good? But in real life, like beforehand, like in order for us to get to where we are now, it took a lot. You get what I'm saying? Like it's a whole lot of molding, but situations. A lot of shit I said 15 years ago came to fruition. Like I told you, you get what I'm saying? I didn't know that it was gonna be like this, but you know what I mean? Like, but the whole thing to being solid. You get what I'm saying? If I'm lying, no, I'm over here fucking with this girl. No, here, let me introduce y'all. I'm not fucking with her. We just know each other and we cool. If I'm going around hiding this person, you're gonna think as soon as you all meet, you're gonna think it's something. You get what I'm saying?
I 100% agree. I'm not married, but I say I'm married. We've been together 7 years. We married at this point.
Yeah, y'all married.
Right.
I make it a point to anybody I introduce anybody. I mean, anytime I talk about my wife. If I'm at the job, I got female coworkers. My wife is my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, hey, as long as we get that out on the table, I ain't got no issue.
Yep. But yeah, in situations like that, but just dealing with people in their relationships, I got a lot of people, like some of my friends are tricks and some of them got relationships and some of them are regular. You get what I'm saying? Like they got money to spend on people, you know what I mean? They like strip clubs, that's their thing. You know, and you got people that's actually trying to look. I got, a couple of people that's searching everywhere. Like I can't find a woman, and talking about there's on YouTube, there's battles between black women and men, you know what I mean? There's fights and wars, and I'm like, what? I ain't never heard this. You know what I mean? Like for real, it's like some people have issues. It's like if you're not telling the truth or being like straight up. Right now, a woman, if you know it's gonna be the end of the world and you're just trying to hump, then you losing. You know what I'm saying? You know all this other stuff, and you sitting up here trying to hump me. You playing? You get what I'm saying? Like we need to find out how we're gonna pay these bills and get through the future. For real.
Here's the part of the conversation where I get to talk about something else. So I have experience with women, but I am a gay man, which I haven't said, but surprise, I'm in San Francisco. And I have to tell you, all these things we are talking about, I have to deal with myself. You know what I mean? Like men lying to, like, man, y'all, I'm just telling you, from my perspective, is not easy dealing with people like someone like myself. You know what I mean? But the good thing is I know what's up all day, every day. I know what your intentions are. Don't tell me you going over there when I know you doing that. And it's just real hard because I don't really like messing with stupid people. And there's a lot of stupid people in my community. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there, be a little more authentic in the conversation. And I'm gonna be probably single forever.
Hey, so I just want to let y'all know I'm looking at my phone. My wife is watching. She said she loves the show, but she just said, "Hey." She's texting me. She's not in the chat. She's texting me on the side. You know how wives do. Text you while you doing work. She said, "You guys need Scott as your third co-host. Scott, you got a fair vote. You got a fair vote, Scott."
I love that.
Cool.
Jason, like, oh, I'm gonna have to deal with this at work now.
we all good, man. I love what everybody's bringing to the show. Definitely.
For sure.
No, this is dope. This is real dope. I got about one more question because I do got daddy daycare in the morning, so I got about one more question to answer.
All right.
He said daddy daycare, and that is all the time we know.
Congratulations.
There was one I had before you came. Let me see.
Are you looking at the comments in the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, we watching those.
Yeah, so I could see just the one popping up at the top for I don't know.
Yeah, I keep saying just the one that pop up at the top, and it'd be there for like a good 5 minutes for something else pop up.
Yeah.
It's just what's something you experienced as a boy that shaped how you handle conflict now as a man.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good.
I'll take this one.
Oh, Jason.
So I had an abusive father, right? A very abusive father, who, you know what I mean? He was my dad was so little that like every insecurity he had, everything he failed at, because he failed at a lot of things we all had to pay for, and me especially, you know. And so how that shapes how I am now is I realize if I just got to be better. I got to be, I have to be the best version of myself I can be. And if I can't do something, then move on to something else. But it ain't nobody else's fault but mine. It don't mean I get to ever put hands on somebody. And that's just my thing. Now, not to say I have never been in a fight. And in the last relationship I was in, I actually saw a lot of my dad come out, which scared me. But I still stand by. You don't ever put your hands on your partner, if you know, and you don't ever blame somebody else for your own shortcomings. Ever. You just get better or shut up.
But it's their fault. No, man.
Repeat the question.
Yeah, I would say, what's the question, Ian? That's what I was trying to figure out.
What's something you experienced as a boy that shaped how you handle conflict now as a man?
Man, let's see. Oh, shit! I didn't see some people get beat up with a pistol on them. Woo! And shit. Unfortunately, being justice involved individual, being behind the walls a few times, you know what I mean? I didn't seen some stuff at a young age that make you know that people ain't playing. You get what I'm saying? And when some people got a whole lot of leave room, you know what I mean? And don't bother them. If they quiet, let that be. You know what I'm saying? And everything don't require words. You know, I've seen people retaliate without a single yell. You know what I mean? So that in itself made me respect people. And in addition to that, doing a little mixed martial arts, I got put on my back by a little Asian girl. And, doing the same little thing, that also humbled me. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Those things right there, how you handle stuff, don't think nobody can't do something to you. And those things right there, it helped me how I approach things.
I would say for me, I would say, I wouldn't say necessarily as a boy, right? So don't quote me on the years I've smoked and I forgot and all this good stuff, but I think 2012 to like 2018, Jason, we was on a run. I mean, a music, not running from the cops on a music run. We was really doing a lot of good things in the city, outside the city. We was really we had a little buzz going. Nothing could tear us down. Nothing.
Right.
We decided we want to take our little happy-go-lucky asses down to LA and do a big Hollywood show. At this point, the judges were Sway from Shade 45. Sway the morning music. I don't know if you guys remember the Flavor of Love. It was this chick called Goldie. She's a comedian now. She was a guest host.
Yep.
Honey Cocaine. She was Tiger's artist back in the day. A little Asian chick. Okay. Honey Cocaine was a judge. So just let you know, we did a competition. We coming from our city. We kings out here. There's nowhere, you know what I mean? We were a Wu-Tang Clan full of rap and R&B guys.
Yeah.
So when I say they embarrassed us, they looked at us like we were.
So wait, before you finish, just so I can paint the picture, like we never heard anybody say anything negative. Everybody, not saying everybody was, leg riding and all that or nothing like that, but it was just we had people that love what we do, fans of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we've never been critiqued everybody. Oh, you guys are the shit. Oh, so we never heard negative. So we rode with you guys are good. You guys are sick. Oh, all that stuff. So we get to this.
Hold on. Keep in mind, you guys are y'all all from the Bay. At this time, the pack was out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We were the Bakersfield version of the pack. It's just Jason was the R&B singer. We had an R&B singer, but we was making them little club bops. So we was getting a little steam because the pack was getting steam. So we ain't never had no no's. We ain't never had nobody to tell us it wasn't what it was. Until we got in front of them people that counted.
Uh-huh.
When
You
I
talk about gut check. Ooh.
and I only
You
say
said
that
Bakersfield?
yeah, we were in Bakersfield.
Nice.
The only way I say it helped us with conflict is because even after that we kept our run going. We had no manager, we had no agent. We were I think 6 of us, and we had a security dude. 7 of us young kids just running the streets doing music with no guidance whatsoever. We didn't have faults with each other. We like even that show that we were just talking about. We arguing in the car on the way to the show about a selection of songs. We going at it the whole time.
We all had a different vision, like because I like I said, I was a singer. I'm like the Trey Songz, Usher type. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying this is the no. Like each of us have literally feel like that our vision is gonna carry the whole team. Like I'm thinking my golden voice alone is gonna take the whole team to the top if they listen to me and if they choose the songs that I feel are the hottest. Vic, what did you think?
I was if I had to pick if I had to compare myself to anybody at that moment, I was trying to be Young Joe. I was trying to be. I didn't want to be Michael Jordan. I was okay with being Scotty. Let me get my buckets and let me. Hey, I'm just at the same time, dude. I was also behind the scenes. I did a lot. I booked all our shows. I was doing the marketing and promo. I had a job in the background. I just can rap. So so now to answer the question, the reason why I said that helped me, that experience. Now, as an adult, when I'm at work, and y'all don't know the attitudes and y'all don't know the stuff we had to deal with back then. So I can deal with anything. I am the most, and Jason will tell you, I am the most comfortable person in the most uncomfortable situation. We can go outside right now. It could be Crips and Bloods shooting each other. It can be an Iraq war, and I'm gonna sit there in the middle of the fight and go, all right, what we gonna do next?
Yeah, like that. That's one thing I admired about Vic because he could laugh through situations. We've been like literally some grimy situations.
We were just talking about one earlier today on the phone, just talking about a situation where it was a gang here in town. They did work. We downtown clubbing, and they thought we was somebody, and it was about 25, 30 of them, about 7 of us. We standing on our toes though, all 10. What y'all want to do? What y'all want to do? We here. And we wasn't tough guys. It's just they mistaken us for somebody else.
Right.
Hey man. Hey. So we've been through some situations.
It's crazy because you see the not so tough guys or the tough. You see the tough guys turn not so tough. You see all that.
And also, because I'm going to get off here though, I would also say I think this is why me and Jason are the way we are now when it comes to music. We ran across a lot of up and coming artists that are big now. All of them soft. I don't respect nothing because I know these dudes personally now. So it's one of them things. But hey, I don't know how long you're gonna stay on, fellas. It was a pleasure. I gotta go pick up the wife and kids. Hey, hopefully I see you guys next week. Back on next week. Yeah. Scott, you're part of the show now. You're part of the show now, Scott. 100%. Hey, so I'll see y'all next week. And hey, if you want, Jason, get a fellas my number. We can text and chop it up and keep it going.
For sure, most definitely. Sure. Appreciate you, Coach.
Have a good night.
Yes, sir.
What's going on? Yeah, I seen the comments on there for sure.
Yeah, appreciate everybody too, man, coming in. And we kind of we were a little bit all over the place today, but we touched on a lot of good topics, and that's the point. You know what I'm saying?
Real good. Yeah.
We got to drill some good things home. Like if anybody in the chat has anything they kind of want to that they've kind of heard tonight or anything that they kind of want to share tonight, feel free. We will start having people come on too, because everybody, you guys matter. Like your voices will matter to somebody, not just to us, but to someone out there that maybe wants to say something, wants to, give their input and kind of get something off their chest, or share an experience that they've had and try to work through it. Because that's the thing. I mean, it's not just the part about sharing and telling, oh, I went through this, but it's working through it and getting and overcoming. I never want somebody to swim in their own depression or wallow in their own negativity. I want you to overcome. Like, yeah, it's cool, you've been through something, but let's get through it and teach others how to get to it.
Yeah. Hey, because the only way we're gonna make it is together. Because by ourselves wasn't cost effective.
No.
Right. That's true.
Huh?
And the only way to get through it is to start doing something about it, right? Like to sit in it. You can sit in it. Like there's a time to sit in it, but then you got to get moving and you got to talk about it and you got to do the next best thing for yourself.
Right.
And so I hope all of you, I hope you have someone to talk to, and if you don't, find someone to talk to. It's really important that you don't hold stuff in. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and don't tell everybody, but I know you got your people that you trust. So if it's someone that you trust, just tell them, hey, I'm sharing something with you. If this is not a good time, what I'm saying, let me know. But this is something really that's on my chest, and I really need to get this out. I just want you to listen. You ain't even got to say nothing. Just let me get this off so I could heal. You know what I'm saying? So I could get this off.
All right. Yep. Share if you care. Share if you don't care. It's somebody that care enough for the both of us.
Yeah, we are gonna take, because this, like I said, this trauma, we're not gonna beat a dead horse, but at the same time, we want to give enough episodes because we can't cover trauma and everything like that in just one episode. No. So we went into 2, but we will revisit and go back into these hard conversations. And then also in the chat, man, anything that you guys want to talk to as well, any topics that you guys think that we should talk about more that we don't, because that's the thing, that's what I want this to be, the questions that we don't talk about and things that need to be talked about, because listening to, so I'm one of those kind of set in my ways type people, because I just feel like I trust myself more than I trust others. So, if that makes sense, if that's good enough reason. Right. But, I feel like if I can't be teetering like this, because I feel like I would never make a decision. So I have to be set in, okay, well, this is what I'm doing. Then I'm set in this and I'm okay with this, because I don't like to be flip-floppy.
Right. Yes, sir.
So what's coming up? What's coming up in the next couple of weeks? You already got topics?
Yeah, well, for next week, I kind of wanted to talk about. It's a tough one. So I know we talked about relationships. We talked about relationships and the whole thing. We're talking about trauma now. The next one, we kind of want to work into the work world of. So, excuse me. Someone asked me about, when people get like say, like in the Black community and stuff like that, when we get say raises or not raises, but
Promotions.
Yeah, thank you. Promotion. I'm tired tonight. Promotions. We never make, because I was watching a show, and so it's OSDA or OSHA, or what is it? OSHA. It's not OSHA, but it's the guy that he pretty much goes and he curses your boss out. Like, say if you don't like your boss.
Yeah, I've seen that dude. Yeah.
So he was sitting, he goes and he, meets with the bosses and everything like that, the corporate side of it. And then he says, he's asking them, do they have Black employees and stuff like that? And he's like, yeah, we got, this many. And then he's like, how many managers or, people, supervisors of color? And then he's like, oh, we got 3, managers. And he's like, how many at the corporate level? And he's like, he's like, how come there's not one at this meeting? But it was funny because he brought up that. And I'm like, I feel like that is a problem. Like with getting hired, like as a supervisor, but then that's it. Where they give you the supervisor role, but they don't give you the, corporate position where you're, general manager, the like you just get the manager or supervisor, and then you don't grow from there. So that's kind of one thing I wanted to talk about too.
Oh, that's a good point. I like that.
And what who put it together? You know what I mean? How does the structure? Because a
Yeah.
lot of it is meant that way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They got you in just in face. And we're looking at that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They got the guy at the front look like y'all integrated.
Yeah, right. I
Yeah.
was gonna. That's why I asked. I was gonna suggest maybe you could work out like a topic one week of like men. In the future, what does our path look like? How do we evolve to something better? How do we do more? Like, what does that look like? That was just my suggestion for
Yeah.
future.
Because like this show is not like, so I don't want to be one of those shows where I just bring up a problem, complain and whine about it, and then that's cool. Because like I like what you just said. Basically, we're gonna talk about answers to these things and how to change it. Not to just we're not here to just bitch about it, but we're here to actually come up with solutions and come up with different ways to look at it.
Right.
So definitely, I appreciate that, Scott, too.
Yeah, because there's too many people that got spend hours on end talking about the problem. We know what the problem is.
Yeah,
it's bringing solutions to the table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For sure.
Yeah, we're definitely not a crybaby channel. We're definitely gonna, have some answers, but we have to talk about the problems. You know what I'm saying? We have to say what the problems and because it might, like I said, it might not be something that we're going through, or it might be something we have gone through.
We are going through it. Yeah, some people just don't want to admit it. You know what I mean? And pride is the wrong thing right now because there's a lot of people, especially ones that's in charge of other people. Them men that's in charge of that relationship, they went and got, you know what I mean? They as a relationship, they went and made decisions that they probably regret right now. Kids included. And we gotta make up for that right now. Because you know what I mean? It's a lot of people that's not admitting that they made a mistake, and we gotta fix the mistakes right now. Be it as it may, you know what I mean? Because we all dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing that need to bring to the forefront. Because like I say, it's a couple of people. I was just talking to my brother in Philly. We were just talking about it because we bringing up some of the old 70s videos and 80s videos of Angela Davis and Fannie Lou Hamer. You know what I mean? Our elders that had the panel, that was sitting around the panel and was having a real discussion, talking about what the issues were of over here. And actually the scholars of that time was actually having that dialogue. It's not, you can't find 5 people that's having a conversation if it ain't about popping a balloon or something. You get what I'm saying? And so, you know what I'm saying? We need that dialogue amongst these people of that time. My brother was telling me, like, don't be humble. You know what I mean? Like Marcus Garvey would have reached out to us. Malcolm would have been like, hey, brother, what you think? You feel me? Because we on that level with the scholarship. You know what I mean? We taking this to a whole nother level, bringing what they taught us and, you know what I mean, embracing the fact. Because the questions were answered. I mean, the questions were asked. It's not that we didn't ask the right questions. It's about what happened. Either some people then got they either got employed, they muted, they got put on mute, or they just completely ignored the situation. We asked the right questions. We just got to bring it back to the table.
Yep, and I think there
are 3 parts. If I'm not here next week, just consider there are 3 parts to this, which is question, solution, and then we got to start working on getting people in positions that can make those solutions happen. Because you can have a solution all day long, but if there's people up there that don't want it, you know what I mean? Then it don't matter.
Yep.
So
that's the key.
Yep.
That's why it doesn't happen a lot. You know what I mean? Right. You just touched on it too. And then that's why how people say you got to fake it to make it.
Yep.
And then when you get in that position, change it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Or you got to create the position now because they already made it.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. We got to create the position because looking for them to give us one ain't gonna work.
Ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, you use their money to invest in yourself. That's one thing I always say. If I tell anyone anything, if I can give you any advice, invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is you like to do, invest in that and do it to the best of your ability.
Yep. And watch by the time we have.
Oh, go ahead. I was just gonna tell Jason I'm gonna go to work tomorrow. Next week I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna create a new position for myself. I've been trying to do it since I got hired. They ain't having it, but I'm working on it.
hey, there's one available right now, so we'll talk about that one. Hey, we'll try to have him on for the next episode. I know he has some things to say. So,
yeah. See, look, and I just got my certificate. Yeah.
Oh, you got yours?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, not in the mail, but we completed
Oh, yeah,
those
yeah,
classes,
yeah.
so we got to put them to use. You get
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying? So we definitely bringing that to the table, and I
Yeah.
can't wait till the fall start because we're gonna be able to reach on some other issues.
Definitely so, man. So like we
Yeah.
will do this again. Then we got about
Appreciate
an
it.
hour and a half on. Thanks for everybody, for coming on. Thanks, Scott.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Beneficial.
Yes, sir. Salute.
Coach Vic, man, appreciate you coming on. We will have some more people coming on, and we will have a smooth rotation, man. Like I said, we'll talk about everything. We've touched on a couple topics, but as you can see, we spiderweb to a lot of things. So you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
We're gonna talk about it all.
Oh yeah. Get it
Thank
in.
you for having me, y'all.
Always,
Oh, yeah.
man. Appreciate you coming. Definitely appreciate you being here. And it's more to come, man. Hopefully everyone got a little bit of something out of tonight. Hopefully you got to touch on some things that were on your heart. So till the next one, enjoy the new video.
Hey, come on. I don't know why they mad at me. Is it cause I rock hoodie and jeans? Is it cause I rock these rated tees? Is it cause I do it for my team? Let's F and O. Let's go F and O.